Hello everybody, James Tierney here with Tierney Education, answering a question sent in by a current student. I currently do a lot of academic coaching here at Penn State, and sometimes my students take economics classes, which is great because I can help them with their overall planning, but also I can help them with economics. So let's dive in. So let's read this question together. Draw supply and demand curves for bagels. Assuming that bagels and muffins are substitute goods, draw what would happen if there was a decrease in the price of muffins. Clearly illustrate and label all equilibrium points, prices, and quantities in the bagel market before and after the muffin change. Now, one thing I help a lot of students with is breaking down word problems like this into what it's actually asking. And so we have kind of three things it's asking us to do. First, it wants us to draw the supply and demand curves for bagels. Then with a different color, we can show the second part, which is assuming that bagels and muffins are substitute goods. Draw what would happen if there was a decrease in the price of muffins. And three, clearly illustrate and label all equilibrium points, prices, and quantities in the bagel market before and after the muffin price change. So as you can see, we pretty much have three things we have to do. Let's start with just the first part, which is drawing supply and demand curves. Let's go ahead and draw our XY axis. And we want to make sure that we're labeling these. And remember, quantity is on the horizontal axis versus price on the vertical axis. And here we are doing this without any math, so we're just theoretically drawing it. That'll probably be in the title of this video, so that way people aren't getting mixed up that they're finding an equilibrium with math, which I have videos for that, which I'll make sure are in the description here and probably pop up somewhere during the video. So the demand curve is downward sloping, and the supply curve is upward sloping. And our initial equilibrium is going to be where they meet. Now, I don't want to go into all of the theory behind that. If you don't know why this is an equilibrium, feel free to reach out and I can send you a video on that. Maybe we'll call this, P1, Q1, and maybe even E1 for equilibrium 1 if we want to talk about that. So we drew supply and demand for bagels, and now we're going to assume they're substitute goods. What would happen if there is a decrease in the price of muffins? Now, something I forgot to do that I think is important is to label that this is the market for bagels, because this second part, which I'm going to do in blue, talks about the price of muffins going down. Well, what do you think the market for bagels will do if muffins become cheaper? Well, since they are substitute goods, which we talked about up here and it says it, where they're substitute goods, I'm going to substitute into the cheaper good. So we're going to go away from bagels and into muffins because they are cheaper. That means the demand for bagels will decrease or move to the left. So let's call this D2 for demand 2. I always like to put arrows to show which way it's moving. Right? The price of muffins going down is leading to demand going down or decreasing, moving to the left. And if we need an equilibrium, it's always where supply and demand meet. So we'll see our new price, let's call that P2. We'll see our new quantity, we'll see that's Q2. Let's label this E2. So notice they're substitutes, which means they're going to interact. Bagels and muffins. So if the price of muffins goes down and they substitute each other, then we're going to go into muffins and away from bagels. That's leftward shift of demand, a decrease in demand. Now, do we have everything clearly labeled? Let's say clearly illustrate and label all equilibrium points, E1 and E2, before and after, prices, P1, P2, and quantities, P1, P2, in the bagel market, bagels, before and after the muffin price change. And we did a pretty good job with 1 and 2, before and after, and these arrows. So there you have it. This is how you would do a supply and demand change for a specific good like bagels, completely theoretical, so not with numbers. So this is a theoretical change, just kind of showing what will happen in the market for bagels. I hope this was helpful. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions by leaving a comment here. Also, like and subscribe so you can see when I post new questions in economics for my students.